Do you know that cold in the spine that arrives out of nowhere? A shiver that runs through your body, even without wind or an apparent reason. This is not just a physical reaction. Often it is a sign. Something invisible is manifesting. And if you feel this frequently, there may be a spiritual reason behind it. The spine-chilling feeling, sudden chills, and goosebumps without explanation are more common among people with spiritual sensitivity. It's not just a coincidence. It's as if your body is responding to an energy around you, a warning, a presence, or even a call. And understanding this can change the way you see the world. This type of goosebumps can be a warning, as if something is trying to catch your attention. It can also be a sign of protection, a gentle touch of something divine saying, "You're not alone." Knowing how to interpret these sensations is essential for those who feel they have a greater mission. If you've already experienced this, keep reading. This content is for you. Here, you'll understand why these sensations happen, what they mean spiritually, and how to respond when it happens again. No exaggerated mysticism, no fluff, just clarity and purpose. Before we begin, go ahead and follow the channel. That way you won't miss any content that can help you understand the spiritual world and your own sensitivity better. It's quick, free, and will make a difference in your journey. I'm George, and my goal is to share spiritual truths in a simple and direct way. If you like this introduction, drop your support by following the channel. Let's embark on this journey of awakening and purpose together. The body as a spiritual radar. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts to certain situations, even before your mind understands what is happening? This is not imagination. For some people, called the chosen, the body becomes a true spiritual antenna. It picks up signals, perceives presences, and responds to invisible energies surrounding us. The sudden chill, that shiver running down the spine, doesn't happen by chance. For those with spiritual sensitivity, this kind of reaction is a form of alert. It's not fear nor cold. It's as if the body is signaling that something in the environment has changed. This change is often invisible to the eyes, but felt deeply in the soul. Spiritually sensitive people carry a light that stands out. This light attracts protection, but also draws the attention of opposing forces. Therefore, it's common for them to feel these signals more. The body acts as an intelligent shield, informing that something is approaching, whether good or bad. The shiver is this silent warning. Imagine your body as a radio. When it is tuned to the right frequency, it captures signals that others ignore. The cold down the spine, the shiver in the arms, or a sudden chill are like interferences in the field. You may not see it, but you feel that something is there, and that is real. Some ignore these signals, thinking they are only physical sensations. But for the chosen, every shiver has value. It's as if the spiritual touches the physical in a subtle way. It's not about superstition, it's about sensitivity. The body and the soul are connected and work together to show when something in the invisible is moving. This gift isn't given to everyone. It's a special form of protection. Those who possess it need to learn how to interpret. The shiver does not speak with words, but it has a message. It's the body saying, "Attention, something is near." This perception can prevent bad situations and also prepare for moments of great spiritual connection. Many people doubt these sensations because they live only in the visible world. But those who feel know. You can be alone in a room and suddenly feel a cold without explanation. This reaction is like a code. And the more you understand this code, the more prepared you are to deal with the spiritual world. There is no need to fear. Having this kind of sensitivity isn't a burden. It's a way of seeing beyond. It's like walking with a lit lantern while others walk in the dark. The shiver, The cold down the spine, the sudden chill. All of it shows that you are not disconnected. On the contrary, you are in tune. Being chosen means being in constant perception. Your body senses when something good is near, and also when there is danger. This radar works all the time. Learning to listen to the body is like learning to read a map. Each signal is a direction, and following these signals leads you along safer paths. Over time, you begin to notice patterns, places where the shiver appears frequently, people who cause your energy to shift, moments of the day when you feel something different in the air. None of this is nonsense. Everything makes sense. The body does not lie. It responds to what the soul has already recognized in the environment. Accepting this gift is the first step. The second is to respect what it shows. When you feel that cold down the spine, don't discard it. Ask, what is happening here? This simple act of awareness already changes everything. The spiritual is always communicating, and your body is one of the main channels of this conversation. The alert shiver. When the environment is not safe. Have you ever entered a place and felt right away that something was strange? Your body answered before you understood the reason. A tremor ran up your spine, the hairs on your arms stood up, and a discomfort took over. This is more than a physical sensation. It is a spiritual alert. The environment we are in carries memories, energies, and atmospheres. Places where there were arguments, fights, hurts, or even negative spiritual practices remain impregnated with these charges. Even if everything is silent, the body feels it. The shiver appears as a silent warning. Something here is not clean. Stay alert. This type of reaction is not an exaggeration. It is a natural defense of the bodies of the chosen. People with spiritual sensitivity perceive these changes more intensely. When the environment is charged, the body responds quickly. It is like an invisible alarm that says, "Do not become complacent, something here requires care." Often these shivers occur in seemingly normal places, friends' homes, shops, public spaces. But the energy of the environment reveals its history. If there is pain, resentment, or negative spiritual presence, the body feels it first. This is not to scare you, but to protect you. It is God saying, be vigilant. In these moments, the most important thing is not to ignore. If you feel it, respond spiritually. Say a prayer, take a deep breath, raise your mind to God. Sometimes a simple positive thought already helps shield your spirit. And if the discomfort continues, move away from the place. The shiver does not come for nothing. It has a reason. This alert can also happen near people. You're having a normal conversation, and suddenly, you feel a cold chill. Something isn't right. This doesn't mean the person is evil, but that there is something in their energy that is misaligned with yours. Your body recognizes this and manifests it. This isn't about judging anyone, but about protecting yourself. Some people carry pains, wounds, and even spiritual influences that can affect us. The shiver, in this case, is a sign that you should maintain emotional or spiritual distance. Do not absorb what is not yours. Preserve your peace. This kind of sensitivity is a gift. It helps you stay safe. You don't need to see with your eyes what your body has already perceived. Trust this sensitivity. The alert shiver is like a beacon, blinking in the dark. It shows you which path not to take. Over time, you learn to recognize patterns, places that consistently cause you discomfort, people who drain your energy, situations that deplete your energy. When this happens, do not fight against what you feel. Honor your body. It is at the service of your spiritual protection. Prayer is the best response to these moments. Even in silence, talk to God. Ask for discernment, shielding, wisdom. When you respond to the shiver with faith, the energy around you changes. You fortify yourself. The environment may stay charged, but you are no longer vulnerable. The sensitivity of the chosen is refined. What goes unnoticed by many is clear to you. You are not being fragile. You are being guided. The alert shiver is not weakness. It is a sign that you are awake. And those who are awake walk with more protection. Whenever you feel that sudden chill or that strong shiver that seems to freeze your body, stop and reflect. Something is trying to tell you something. Listen, pay attention, and act. You have a precious gift to perceive what others do not see, and that is a blessing. The Presence Shiver. You are not alone. Not every shiver is a signal of alert. There are moments when the body feels something completely different. A gentle tremor, almost like a caress. It doesn't scare, it soothes. This is the Presence Shiver. That light chill down the spine that arrives when you are at peace, reflecting or praying. It is a clear sign. You are not alone. This kind of shiver tends to appear when the mind is quiet and the heart is open. It can arise in the middle of a sincere prayer, while hearing a soul-stirring song, or even during a moment of contemplation. It is as if the spiritual lightly touched the physical to remind, I am here with you. Unlike the alert shiver, this one does not bring discomfort. On the contrary, it brings comfort. You feel as if an invisible presence were embracing you. There is no fear, there is solace. The body relaxes, the breath changes, and a sense of peace envelops the moment. It is one of the most beautiful signs of the spiritual journey. Many describe this shiver as a breeze passing inside. There is no wind, but you feel it. There is no sound, but something communicates. Angels, spiritual guides, or even God himself manifest in this way. It's as if heaven touches earth for a moment, just to say that you are loved. These moments are precious. They are small meetings between the visible and the invisible. For those who have known spiritual loneliness, the Presence Shiver is a balm. It reinforces faith. It shows that spirituality is not distant theory. It is real, alive, and near. The shiver proves it. Learning to differentiate the types of shivers is essential. When it is a gentle shiver accompanied by peace, feel gratitude. It is the divine drawing near. These signals aren't meant to scare, but to strengthen. They remind us that, even in silence, we are surrounded by care, love, and purpose. Sometimes, you will feel this shiver lightly, while reading something touching or talking with someone who conveys truth. The body recognizes the presence of good and responds with this physical reaction. It is beautiful to notice how the spiritual finds simple ways to be present in our daily lives. When this happens to you, do not ignore it. Give thanks. Close your eyes for a moment and say, "Thank you for being with me." This sincere connection creates an even stronger bridge between the natural and the spiritual. The shiver becomes a sign of attunement, a confirmation that you are on the right path. If at any moment you doubt your faith or feel alone, remember the days when the shiver came with peace. They were not illusion. They were touch. They were presence. You are not walking alone. You are accompanied, cared for, and guided. And your body knows this before the invisible battle reflected in the physical. There are days when everything seems calm on the outside, but inside, something tightens. The body reacts with a strong shiver for no apparent reason. The heart speeds up. The mind stays on alert. For those who are spiritually sensitive, this is not just emotion. It is a reflection of something greater, an invisible battle happening around us. The chosen face wars that not everyone sees, spiritual attacks, opposing energies, heavy environments. All of this manifests in the body before it becomes visible. The shiver, in these cases, is like a sign that there is movement in the spiritual world. The soul feels, the body responds. The cold down the spine is more than biology. Imagine what happens before a storm. The sky darkens, the wind shifts, the air pressure changes. Even without rain, you already know that something is coming. The same is true in the spiritual realm. The body senses the approach of something and warns, prepare. The shiver is this silent and immediate warning. These reactions are especially common in moments of transition, in important decisions, or when you're about to enter spiritually charged environments. Sometimes it's just you thinking about something, and the body already reacts. The shiver reveals the impact that certain choices or places have on your spiritual field. Many people confuse these sensations with anxiety or stress. But there is a clear difference. The spiritual shiver comes with a feeling of presence, that there is something nearby. It is not only mental, it is energetic. The chosen learn to recognize this over time and use it as a protective tool. This type of shiver can make you restless, but it does not come to paralyze you. It comes to wake you up. It is a reminder that you are in battle, yes, but you also have spiritual weapons to win. The first step is to notice. The second is to respond with faith, prayer, and firmness. In moments like these, prayer becomes even more powerful. When the body signals, the spirit must rise. Pray, praise, declare protection. This changes the environment and blocks the attacks. The shiver then transforms into strength. It is no longer just a reaction. It becomes spiritual action. The lives of the chosen are marked by greater sensitivity. They feel when something approaches, be it good or bad. And this is not weakness, it is preparation. God allows you to feel first, so you aren't taken by surprise. The shiver becomes a tool of anticipation and response. Whenever the shiver comes, remember that your life is in motion. You are in battle, yes, but you are also being trained. Each cold sensation down the spine is a sign that the spiritual world is active, and you are not an undefended target. You are a warrior being prepared to resist and prevail. The discernment of the shiver. Knowing how to interpret the shiver is essential. There are two main types, the shiver that brings discomfort and the shiver that brings peace. The first is an alert, the second is a confirmation. The chosen ones cannot live in confusion. They need to learn to discern so they do not lose themselves amid the signals. The discomfort shiver is usually accompanied by heaviness in the environment, a sense of vigilance or insecurity. It calls for vigilance and prayer. The peace shiver appears as a gentle wave, typically in moments of connection with the divine. It does not cause fear, but rather security. This discernment is one of the greatest gifts that the chosen can develop. It is through it that you will know when to watch and when to rest. God does not leave his chosen without signs. The shiver is a spiritual language that needs to be read correctly. Many times, the shiver comes as a direct call to prayer. You are at ease, and suddenly, you feel that chill running down your spine. This is God saying, pray now. The shiver is the divine touch calling the chosen to intercede. It is in these moments that you should stop, take a deep breath, and raise a prayer. This cuts negative energies, blocks attacks, and strengthens your spiritual protection. For the chosen, the shiver is never a coincidence. There is always a reason. If you feel it, pray. It doesn't matter where or when. Your prayer has immediate power. The shiver is like a reminder that the spiritual battle is real, and your most powerful weapon is prayer. This call should not be ignored. It is God's way of training your sensitivity to react at the right moment and in the right spirit. The shiver as a reminder of who you are. There are signs that speak louder than words. The shiver is one of them. It arrives suddenly, without logical explanation, and travels through the body like a whisper from above. For those who are spiritually sensitive, this shiver is not just a physical sensation. It is a reminder, a memory of who you truly are. Many people live on autopilot. They rush through the day, think only of what is visible, and forget that there is something bigger. But not you. You feel. You perceive that there is something beyond. And every time the shiver appears, it is as if heaven calls you back to your essence. That is spiritual identity. The chill down the spine, that shiver that no one around seems to notice, is like an invisible signature that accompanies you. You don't feel it by accident. This happens because there is something in you that is awake. You have sensitivity. And this sensitivity is not weakness. It is a mark, a sign that your soul is connected to the spiritual. You were set apart for something greater, and therefore you feel more, perceive more, react more. While others ignore the signs, you live them. And this, however intense it may be, is a gift. A blessing that comes with a purpose. Each shiver is like God reminding you, you are different. I chose you. It may be that at times you doubt yourself, that you think you are feeling too much or seeing things where no one else does. But these shivers exist precisely to reinforce your identity. You are not overreacting. You are in harmony with a spiritual level that few can reach, and you don't need to be perfect to be chosen. The calling does not come from merits, but from the mission. If you feel the spiritual touching the physical, it is because there is something in you that is aligned with heaven. Each shiver is a silent proof that there is light within you, even when you feel yourself dimmed. This kind of sensitivity reminds you that you are alive in the spirit, that you were not made just to survive, but to fulfill a greater purpose. The shiver, in these moments, repositions you. It removes you from distraction and reconnects you with what truly matters. It says, remember who you are. You are light. You carry a mission. You have something the world needs. And every spiritual sign, no matter how small it may seem, is a reinforcement of this truth. The chosen are not the strongest or most visible. They are those who listen, who feel, who do not ignore the invisible. And that is a tremendous strength. When the shiver comes, do not run from it. Embrace it. Tell yourself, I am feeling this because I am sensitive. And I am sensitive because I am called. This kind of connection protects you, guides you, and prepares you. Do not let routine erase this awareness. You are not here by chance. The spiritual world speaks to you all the time, and the shiver is one of the clearest forms of this communication. It does not need complicated explanations. It simply happens. And when it happens, it is like a memory etched on the skin. You belong to something greater. You are not lost. You have direction. If there is one thing the shiver reveals, it is that you have been remembered. By God, by heaven, by spirituality. You were not overlooked, you were touched. And that touch, even if brief, changes everything. It reinforces your identity, renews your faith, and rekindles your mission. If you have come this far, you already understood that the shiver is not something common or random. It is a signal, a silent form of communication between the spiritual and the physical. A constant reminder that something greater is acting around you, and most importantly, inside you. You don't feel it by accident. The chill down the spine, the unexpected shiver, that shiver that makes you pause for a second. All of this is a spiritual language that few can perceive, but you perceive. And that shows there is a gift inside you, a real calling, a sensitivity that is sacred. Life is full of noise, of distractions, of moments when we forget who we are. But the shiver comes as a reminder. It rescues you. It puts you back at the center of what matters. It says, you are here for a reason, and you are not alone. This, on its own, is already a great revelation. The chosen are not perfect, but they are awake. They feel, even when they do not understand. They perceive, even when the environment seems calm. And with time, they learn to interpret what the body is saying. The shiver becomes direction, protection, confirmation, an invisible guide that points the right path. If you identify with all of this, know that this sensitivity is not a burden. It is a mission. God gave you this perception so you can walk with more firmness, more clarity, and more purpose. Each signal is an opportunity to align your life with the spiritual, to walk with awareness and light. Do not ignore these signals any longer. Learn to listen to them with your heart. The shiver can be an alert, a presence, or a call to pray. In all cases, it is God reminding, I am with you. And when you understand that, the journey changes. Faith strengthens, and fear loses space. If any part of this content spoke to you, leave a comment here. Share what you feel, what you have lived, what you recognized within yourself. Your experience can strengthen others. It can be the confirmation someone needs. This space is also spiritual, and you are a part of it. Also take the opportunity to follow the channel. That way you receive more content like this and continue this journey of awakening. We are just beginning, and there is much more to discover together. When you follow, you not only support, but connect with something greater, which is growing with purpose. I am very happy to have accompanied you this far. May the next shivers you feel be understood with clarity. May you never again see them as meaningless. And may each one remind you with force of who you are, a chosen one.